So fall is just around the corner, and that's when the renovation season for cool season lawns begin. But before you jump into full renovation mode, there are some things you need to prepare and plan. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I prepare for a renovation. So the first question is, do you even need a renovation? Maybe your lawn is looking good, maybe you don't have thatch issues, maybe you don't have debris issues, then you might not need a renovation at all. It's not something you have to do. I see too many people going on an automatic clock, so it's August, so I'm gonna scarify. But it's just something they've done every year, so they continue doing it. So if you don't need to do it, don't do it. But for my lawn, for instance, I only have issues with a lot of debris, a lot of dead grass that isn't decomposing fast enough, so it just covers the soil like a blanket. And I have some areas that just aren't dense enough. So since I only have that issue and I don't have thatch issues, I'm just gonna do a power raking when I renovate the lawn and some overseeding. That's it. I'm not gonna do anything else. You don't have to go crazy every year. And I would also highly recommend to get all the stuff you need. I have all the top dress I need right here. I already have everything I need for the seeding as well. I have the power rake here. But if you don't have all this stuff ready, I would highly recommend just going out buying it as soon as you can, or maybe if you're renting a machine for maybe aerating or something, just book it now, because as soon as fall starts and everyone starts doing their renovation, these things will run out pretty quickly. And then you're standing there, it's a sunny day, you're pumped up, you want to do some renovation, and then you realize you don't have enough top dress, and every store you go to, they're out. So it's a good idea to prepare and get everything just beforehand, so you have all the things you need. So for my lawn, I'm just gonna power rake everything. Since I have areas like this, because I mean, look at this, you can't even see the soil. It's just dead grass and debris in the way. And you see all that yellow stuff, it's just dead grass. Since I've had a lot of fungus issues this year, since it's been so wet, all of this dead grass needs to go. It's just ruining the color of the lawn. It's starting to be a bit yellowish. So I want to just power rake and get that out. And then I have areas like this where I pulled some weeds and they need to be reseeded, and the power rake will help kind of cultivate the soil and prepare it for the seeds. And also, I'm not sure if you can see it from here, we've had scaffolding all over the house because we repainted the house. So hopefully you can see this. You can see this square area where they had a piece of wood just to support the scaffolding. You can see how thin it is. Here it hasn't come back at all. So all of this needs to be renovated and seeded. And in this area, for some god-awful reason, this seems like it's bent grass. And I have no clue how bent grass came into the lawn. So it's a really fine grass with really thin blades, and it grows through stolons. You can see the stolons. I'm pretty sure it's bent grass. I'm not 100% sure, of course, but it really looks like bent grass. I mean, you can see how light green it is in color as well, which is also consistent with bent grass. I'm annoyed every day when I see this. Just look at it. It's so ugly. How does this not give you nightmares? Every time I walk by, I look at it and I am so annoyed every single time. So yeah, this has to go as well. By the way, doesn't this look much nicer than before? I had these kind of bushes before, and the other ones are called Ölandstokar. I've been wanting to change them for 6 years, and I finally got around to it. So these are Japanese holly, and when they get bigger, you can actually shape these as you want. So my plan is when they get bigger to have balls over here, big balls. Yeah, I just said big balls. I'm gonna have big balls all over the lawn. And before you ask, yeah, I have the maturity of a 12-year-old. I find this funny. Big balls. And over here they had a big board for the scaffolding, so you can just see how thin it is. It thinned out a lot. And this is the new DLF seed, by the way, which I seeded I think a week and a half ago. It's still a bit light green since it's new baby grass, but it's growing in pretty nice. And I'm also getting a lot of POA, probably because it's not as dense as it should be. So that's some of the areas I need to renovate, but most of this, which I've talked about, like the thin areas, the areas where the scaffolding has been, that stuff will be taken care of by the power rake. So the power rake will take away debris, cultivate the soil, and you can overseed. But the POA and the bent grass, I need to do something different. And the POA usually I pull, but about half of the times I pull a POA, I don't get the root. It just breaks off, and POA grows really fast. So about a week later, it has grown up a new seed head and it starts spreading again. So this time around, I thought I would actually try to burn it off and see how that works. So I bought this thing for about 20 euros, I think, and 20 euros should be about $20. And it came with 2 of these cans of gas, so each one of these cost about $4, 4 euros, so they're really cheap. And I know there are expensive versions of these where you connect them to your gas tank, and I don't really have a need for that. I just wanted something cheap just to get rid of some weeds. And I'm actually going to try to burn off the bent grass as well. So let's start torching some weeds. I'm going to start off by going around torching some of the poa, but do be careful when you use one of these. I mean, it is fire. Keep your kids and pets away. And I also have the hose here just in case. Now, one thing to point out is that you don't need to scorch the grass, because when you scorch the grass and if it actually starts burning, then you will just burn off the top, but the roots will survive and it will just grow up again. So what you want to do is just go over it, and when it starts looking a bit matte in color, that's when you know you've actually destroyed the cells. So that's what you want to achieve. You want to destroy the cells, because that way you destroy the cells and the plant's ability to take in water, nutrients and everything like that. So it will cause the entire plant, including the roots, to die. So now I'm just going to do the bent grass area. So I'm just going to get the tripod and we'll continue on. All right, that's it. So I burnt off all the poa. I burnt off the bent grass. I think it's bent grass. It really looks like bent grass, but it doesn't look like ryegrass. Well, it's burnt now anyways, whatever it was. And as you can see in the background, the house is still in one piece. Just be careful with this stuff. It's pretty addictive. You start burning stuff and you see fire. And you want to burn some more. It is highly addictive. It's so much fun to go around burning stuff. Way more fun than pulling. It might cause some more damage than pulling as well, but hopefully it will get the roots so it will be more permanent. So that's it. Now I'm done with my preparations. I have my top dress. I've burnt off the weed and the other issues I have with a lot of debris on the lawn. That will be taken care of by the power rake, and I already have a power rake and I've already bought the seeds, so I have the seeds. All right, so next video I'm gonna start to do my renovation and I'm gonna show you exactly step by step what I do. So thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys in that video.